finally, it's been exposed. It's basically been exposed that it turns out the right wing and conservatives, they're not actually bad faith at all. And that's what I'm basically going to do in the video. So it turns out that they're not actually bad faith. They're not actually bad faith at all, really. They're not. What it is, what I've kind of realized that the problem is that they are really, really sucky at rhetoric. They just do not know how to do rhetoric, and they do not understand rhetoric. Because, you know, it's amateur stuff. It's amateur content. So I thought I'll do, bring this up to go into a rhetoric lesson. And by the way, you don't have to watch the video. Do something else and watch the video. Put your phone down, put the speaker against the wall, whatever. If you're finding it hard to engage with the video, right? But anyway, so it turns out they're just really, really sucky at rhetoric, and they don't know how to do rhetoric, and I want to teach you a little bit of rhetoric lesson. Rhetoric is, well, definition is like the art of conversation when it comes to matters of persuasion. So it's all about controlling your wording to control people's perspective and to win people over to your point of view. And, you know, you can... a lot of people, they do get around rhetoric, but just by appealing to people's biases. So to the point where you basically believe everything that they say. But it turns out, yeah, so like with rhetoric, so it's all about, you know, controlling your wording to control people's perspective and bring people to your point of view. Before I go into politics, I started saying, based on like answering questions, is if you change the wording, you change the perspective. So when it comes to rhetoric, when it comes to rhetoric, if you control the wording, if you can adjust and control your wording, different words, explain things different ways, word it differently, to the point where you can literally dictate how people think and how people perceive what you say. And this is like almost like a masterclass in rhetoric. So, and depending on your rhetoric, depends on whether people perceive you in a good way or in a bad way. And how people perceive whether you're a nice person or whether you're a nasty person. So, you know, when you use like bad rhetoric and when you're rubbish like bad with rhetoric, like a lot of the right-wing commentators are, they don't know how to use rhetoric properly, and they turn people the wrong way because they're not controlling their wording properly. And then that then gives them a bad reputation amongst, you know, people on the left and stuff like that. And it's just like, you can't have the attitude like, oh, I don't care about my rhetoric, I don't care about my wording. You've got to, because it's ethical, it's moral, and you need to, because it's like what you need to do, is what you need to learn, is your personal responsibility with free speech to tell the truth and to control your rhetoric. So just like, it's like when it comes through like the worker stuff in the UK, forcing disabled and mentally ill people to work. When they talk about work, it makes it look as if the politicians don't care about people. They don't care about you, and they just want to turn you to work slaves. So they need to be focusing on, work is good for you. It's good for your mental health. It's good for social skills and stuff like that. But also, they should show that they care more about than work, and saying, you know, we want to help these people. We want to help them go on communication, skills courses, social courses, resiliency training, emotional control training, job training, confidence building courses with people. That I think I said that. So just like you could by concentrating on work, it just looks as if like they don't care about you. and they don't have the citizens' safety at mind. And when they you gotta bring up like it's good for your mental health and stuff like that. And to be fair, they do that, but they concentrate way too much on work. So that's like an example where you use like wrong wording, and then people perceive you to be a bad person and stuff like that. So like if you want people to perceive you better, you gotta control your wording, you gotta stop attacking certain groups, and stuff like that. So like it really helps to understand rhetoric, understand how you control your wording, and sorry for that, and dictating how people perceive you. And you don't want people to perceive you in a bad way. You want to perceive people to perceive you in a good way. It's in your best interests, and you play like your people have psychology and mental health, and you got to be careful what you say online. Obviously, you critique the government, but like you got to watch your rhetoric online because you're playing with people's psychology, and people's psychology and mental health is unpredictable and is dangerous. But still got to allow critique. But anyway, these are some lessons on rhetoric. Maybe not quite a masterclass because might not explain things perfectly, but I've explained this much better this time. Just in case I go on to more, like, comment, share, hype the video, and subscribe. And I might have missed that from the last video, but hey. And that's the video. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all. Love you all. And get better rhetoric. And scene.